This is the Maximum Blackness podcast where we aim to max you to the black.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Annie Yerb, and this episode we are talking about black people's assets. Testa has a news topic, and women, why don't we save men? As usual, I have Testa and OG Smoke with me. So hi, guys.
Bang, bang, man down. Y'all already know another episode, guys.
Yes, they are in the building. And before we get started, remember there's nothing to it but to do it when it comes to self-positivity. Continue to be kind to yourself. And this week, continue building your inner confidence with positivity, self-positive talk. Keep a daily journal. Keep a daily gratitude journal to be exact, because it helps to start and or end your day with positive thoughts. Believe me, you will feel much better, right, guys?
Right, that is so true. You gotta be able to take care of yourself. Positive.
And if you can't do that, just talk to yourself sometimes. Sometimes it pays to talk to yourself. Everybody needs to talk to themselves and check themselves sometimes to see if they're on page, where they're going, if their attitudes in check. It is never too late. And sometimes being real with yourself is the first person to be real before you can be real with anybody else.
That is good. Check in with yourself. That is another way to be, self-positive, to build your self-confidence with your self-positivity is to check in with yourself. That is pretty good. Now, we are going to go ahead, and I just want to throw it on the table. I'm reading a book called Powernomics right now, and one of the things that stuck out to me was that he did mention in the book that black people, we don't really leave our children assets. Either we don't have it, or it just doesn't happen. Even if we do have it, like something down the line happens, or it's taken from us or something like that. And I'm just wondering, what do you guys think about that?
We were never taught. We never learned, and we were never taught to learn how to leave our children assets, for one. That is the most well-kept secret. And I guarantee you go to these Ivy League schools, these Ivy League colleges, they're teaching their kids that. They're teaching these societies that. They're teaching them how to write a will, how to leave this,
pass on the
how
wealth.
to do that. They're teaching them how to keep things building upon the family empire. And that is where we drop the ball at, because we're too busy trying to work. We're too busy trying to make a decent living for ourselves and for our children, that we don't. And 9 times out of 10 that we get misinformed of information. And sometimes it's a total lack of information.
Well, I must say, me growing up, I was blessed enough to go to a public school and be able to and this is from elementary, middle school, and a touch of high school. I was able to be in classes that allowed us to know what stocks were, what savings accounts was. But I've had this discussion with one of my sisters, and she went to the same school, and some of the stuff she was not able to get in front of, like they didn't put this stuff in front of her in her classes. So, and she's older, that 5-year difference. So I think it's generational. I think at this point, though, in this day and time, it's really based on the area, the schools that you go to, the parenting, because they leave it on the parents now to teach them savings, to teach our kids what generational wealth is, what a business is, what stocks is. They have a lot of stuff that you're not taught until you're in college to know what banks can provide to you. So,
and sometimes you're not taught at all. I didn't know what credit was. I had one teacher try to teach us about credit throughout my whole time in school, and I do want to actually become a place where we talk about those things and try to educate people on those things, because it's sad that we are so low on the spectrum already just because of our race and all of the different things that have been placed on our community to make us have hardships on purpose, that we don't leave assets to our children and pass on wealth that they should have to make it easier for them to build more wealth to keep the generation going.
When you are brought up in these F, D, C systematic schools, public schools, they do not teach that at all. I can recall all my years in school, that was never taught. Even if we had business class, we had business, learning how to type and all that, assets and other stuff like that. But we were never taught of transference of wealth. We were never taught that. And I think that is the biggest key in society to this day. And it's purposely was done in certain schools Just like my co-hosts, they just said it outright. If you guys were listening, um, it's always about the systematic of schools, a chain of command, a difference in uh B schools, B plus, A plus, whatever they're considered to be. And I guarantee you, you take a D class program school, compare it to an A class program or a B class program school, it's different curriculums in that school. I guarantee you, it's different curriculums in that school that they're getting that the other class or other schools as D plus or D minus or D below are not receiving.
Yeah, they should make it even over the whole playing field. If they are teaching that to a group of kids, they should teach it to us.
Which kind of makes you scratches your head at the end of the day, like what the fuck is going on really with that?
Yeah,
you already know what's going on with it. They want to keep us in hardship. That book I'm reading is all about how we have been purposely placed at the bottom of the racial scale so that all of this hardship and things that have happened to our community can just make it harder for us to bring our families wealth and for us to ever be able to participate in things such as giving our kids assets or having stocks, putting our monies in stocks and bonds and stuff that's going to build wealth for our families' legacies. So I think us as a community, we need to build more on our own, as I keep saying. And not only that, we need to, if you're not going to build more for the people as a whole, make sure you build for your family and leave your children or whoever your next generation kin is that wealth so that it can continue to grow. Because right now we're losing, and that's just point blank and simple. Even now we're losing, and we're still in the world. We're in a world where we have access to way more than what we ever have, even though it's still like it's stuff that can still put you down. But at this time, we really don't have many excuses. We all can kind of just get out here and succeed at our own levels. And that's what we need to do. Start building more ownership. We need more ownership in our Black community, right, guys?
Right, but you gotta be willing to do the work for it.
You have to be willing to do the work for it. Everything cannot be easy. Everything is not going to be easy. And this year is all about putting in the work for 2024.
Boom.
So, Testa, you have a news topic for us today.
We got that news. So, because we talk about mental health quite a bit on here, I have this sad, very, very sad article that touched me. And I think it needs to be spoken of. So, one moment. So, Black HBCU leader takes her own life after alleging university president caused her harm and mental damage. So, sadly, her name is, let me make sure I say it correctly. Her name is Antoinette Candia-Bailey. And she is a Black HBCU leader, died by suicide on January 8th. Documents were sent to the news outlet included a message from Candia-Bailey, who served as Lincoln University of Missouri's Vice President of Student Affairs, state that University President Dr. John Mosley caused enough harm and mental damage after she assumed her position as VP in May of 2023. And so, before her death, Candia-Bailey said her relationship with Mosley, who is white, went downhill, and that he ignored her calls for help as she faced severe depression, anxiety, and harassment. And so they are protesting they have been protesting for her rights. You know, she is sad. You should be able to work in peace. You should be able to not be harassed and not have to want to commit suicide. That's depression within your own job.
He harassed her for being Black, or he harassed her for...
You know, it's not very clear in this article as to what the harassment was for.
It could have been for a lot of different things too.
But what she did was he ignored her requests and emails for face-to-face, danced around the topics, stigmatized bullying from the president and other leadership officials after disclosing her mental illness to the university. And that may be, him, that was the bullying of what he was doing to her, and it's sad. It's very very
It
sad.
is sad.
Um, I and that probably is these kind of cases is why people would not even go and get mental health within a work setting.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to promote mental health. Like this is this is sad. It's
It
very
is
sad. What do
sad.
y'all think?
And jobs they do be promoting mental health, but then they be the same job that still be putting you down and crushing you the most.
They will even
And
fire you.
yeah, even will fire you. And that's sad that she didn't have that support system at her job that she was. Sounds like that she was trying to get from who her boss is there. Um, I hope that
The family should
nobody
sue.
else. Yeah, the family should sue,
The
but I
family
hope
should sue.
nobody gets in that position and has that same experience that she just had. And since there's no clear reason or we don't know any more backstory on it, it's kind of hard to put much of an opinion to it. Because that could have been behind anything, or maybe he could just be an asshole. I don't know. That's sad. Because I mean, some people feel like they have these important positions and they don't care about anyone but themselves. They don't care about anyone else's time but their own, and they feel like they're God. They walk on water, and
Sometimes
they don't
I
have time
could
for
be
their staff.
I could be just a minority, and you guys are giving me the hard time just because I'm the minority there.
Yep.
That could have been
Was her
But
job that
I say
important
this
for
to
her to keep
everyone,
that
and I say
all of
this
that
to
bullying?
everybody. Even going through this, if somebody's going through this right now, please stay vigilant because every dog has a day, and like Tupac says, through every dark night, it's a brighter day. Nothing lasts forever, and with that being said, it's nothing worth to take your own life for, but it's so hard when people, it's hard when people feel like you give you no choice but just to give up.
Yeah.
It's so hard, but I just want to tell whoever, another sister, another brother that's out there going through the same predicament, please stick through. It's people with you. It's people listening to you. It's people that will go to bat for you. A type of situation like this.
There's a lot
please
of help out
just
there.
don't chalk it up as nobody hears my cries and that's it. Oh, it's over.
Mhm.
Please do not, because this is what we have to do as a community. We have to start backing one another. We have to start backing people. We have to start backing each other in situations like this.
Yes, we need to have more support in our community about mental health. That's why it is really important, because a lot of people in our community don't really pay attention to it or believe in
And protect your peace.
therapy.
If it's if it's damaging like that to your peace, your spirit, and your spiritual energy, then leave. I don't care what you have to do. Then leave.
Let it go.
Then leave. It's
Find
nothing
something
is
else to
worth
do.
nothing is worth taking something and damaging your soul and your spirit at the end of the day.
Not at all.
It isn't. And I just hope she's resting in peace at this point. That's the best thing we can do is and hope that nobody else experiences that same thing. And I don't know how anybody. Hopefully her family can sue. That'll be the best justice, right?
Right. Well, they are protesting on behalf of her. This may even change some laws within the United States.
Mhm.
Hopefully it does. She is a black lady. This was a white man. This was within a work setting.
Mhm.
Not saying race had anything to do, but this was in a work setting where laws can change based on this story.
Mhm.
Because they are
They need to be
protesting for
more
her.
vigilant about our mental health.
Very
If my
much.
mental is cloudy and fogged and I can't function on my personal, what make you think I'm finna come up in here and function good at this job? It's not gonna work for most people.
I really think they should start making laws that require the companies to evaluate if we have mental health issues while we have even been working there. They should not be able to fire us unless it's so there should be some type of if they need to fire us type of thing because can't just let employees just run over the employers either. There should be something in place for
to save you if you have a mental health issue.
Because right now you able to fire anybody for anything.
That's why these jobs got rid of unions, Most jobs had union connections within their job, within the
Mhm.
company, and that also dealt with a lot of those issues. Another thing, um, these newer jobs, these newer companies that's been around for a while, they do offer some type of health wellness relief, where it's a hotline that you call in. You remain completely anonymous. You just tell them what you're going through, and it's always like a online therapist online. And I think more jobs are getting hip to that because they don't want people to come to work and feel like, okay, this is my last day. I'm so miserable being here. I'm just gonna kill myself. This is it. I can't take it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it is a lot of people doing that now, but it needs to be a lot more. It needs to be top priority, um, especially when you're dealing with any type of human being that comes into your workplace and workspace. Because not only could it just affect them, it could affect your other employees as well. They might have said, "Hey, I'm not going to kill myself. I want to shoot up everybody in here.
Mm.
I'm so done with the job. I want to shoot this whole shit up." You know what I mean? There's some people out there like that.
And we want to prevent it from getting there before it gets there, because it's signs and stuff, and people go through things usually before they get to that extreme. And I just don't think jobs care enough. They do act like they care and want to offer a little mental help, but I don't think they give a rat's what most of the time. And that's just how I feel. I don't like until they choose
Some
certain
of them do
things.
it just to make their company look
Yeah,
good,
it's just to make them feel
and then
like
as soon as you
they
accept it,
care.
you
And
gone.
they don't. They don't. Don't ever. I don't look here. At this point in my life, I will not think that any job cares more about me than this position, because it doesn't. All they care about is somebody here to do this job. Okay, so do what you feel is gonna make you happy. That's my advice to the people. Now, there
Boom.
was a topic swirling, and the men were wondering why women don't save men, and pretty much we're saying that there aren't women out here that are willing to foot the bill and take care of men. And I
Mm-mm.
feel like that's bullshit, because
We
that's
don't
not
want that.
true. That is part of it too.
We don't want that.
That's what I was. That was one thing. The first thing my mind went to is most men don't want a woman to save them. Like a real man doesn't want a woman to save them.
We want the help meet.
Keywords, real man. Keep
We
going.
want the help meet. Okay? Understand this. We want companionship second, and we want the help first. We want a woman that understands. She doesn't have to have everything, as long as she's compliant, as long as she's compliant enough to help with the goals that we're both trying to accomplish. There's no man out here that wants a woman, grown man that wants a woman taking care of his ass. No,
Not one
no,
that's in their right
that's
mind
not
and
sexy.
want to get out
That's
of
not
that.
appealing.
Keyword,
It's
grown
not what
man.
we want.
But there are some men that do like for women to take care of them, and those are the ones that I don't consider to be real men, because they're not out there trying to make their own or even go half for that. Go half with it if you can.
A real man is going to make
Here's my
sure
thing.
that his girl is taken care of and she has something for herself. Okay?
True.
A man is not built to
Well,
design to take from a woman. It's not in our genetics. Okay? If a man is doing that, he's been taught that.
look at this a little bit of a different way
Let's go.
though. Real man, y'all putting a little bit more emphasis on real
Right.
man, cause yeah, a real man, in by Bible, by what we've been taught, he's supposed to protect, provide, and all that good other stuff. Cool
Right.
beans. That means financially
Right.
provide. Okay, cool. But now in day and age, let's just play into this fable. Truth be told, a good man, let's not say real
Okay, a
man, but a
good
good
man.
man. A good man. A woman can work, take care of the household and all the finances, while that man, just as long as he is being faithful, helping take care of his
Yeah.
kids, helping do everything, the vice versa. He could be a good man, a real man that is a man. Thank you, amen. We working this out together, okay? We can get it together.
So
Hopefully
Right.
you get a
that's
job.
not the
It's
type
all
of man though that we're referring
Okay.
to.
Let me ask you. Let
Usually
me ask
other
the women
men
this.
are
How
lazy.
many successful relationships have you known on your hand that has worked like that? I'll wait.
If the
well.
man is lazy, it hasn't worked. Now, if he's contributing to the home, that can work.
That's what I see. What I just said.
Or
Contribute
if
to
he's
the
lazy,
home.
that's
Thank you.
The
So
reason why that man is doing his part because the roles have changed, right?
the roles have
The
changed.
roles have changed. What man do you know would want that role being changed in that predicament.
Oh, see, I know
There are
some men.
some
That's
men
the
that
problem.
want
Let me
it,
explain this next part.
No.
and some men don't want it, but sometimes they are wrapped into it because maybe the circumstances is their wife is making more money
that make the
and
man
their
in the
career doesn't
position.
require,
No
like they
man
can
wants to be in that
home
position.
with the kids while their wife goes out and make that bank at the time. So sometimes it's just a requirement
It's
of
certain
the kids and
situations.
what's being made.
It's certain situations that puts the man in that position.
Let me hold up. Pause. Many things, but let me tell you how this works with women to the man. Younger women, especially in the black generation, we already willing to take care of that man from teenage years, adult years. We cleaned on to that man, and we in love in our young 20s. Love enough to take care of that man. Okay? But then the older version of us is tired of taking care of that man if that man ain't acting right, contributing to the home, doing things to make sure we working together, secure the bag.
And all the guys, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, y'all comment and check on this, because we got a big dilemma here. Because I'm telling you, don't no woman want to take care of grown ass fucking man, whether he in high school, whether he in this. If you constantly dealing with a guy and he's not getting his shit together, what do your woman's gonna do? 9 times out of 10, she's not gonna stick there.
Well, just because he's a stay-at-home dad don't mean he ain't got his shit together.
No. What I'm saying is, see, we're not labeling. Y'all labeling stay-at-home dad.
We supposed to support each other.
So you got to separate the lazy motherfucker from the person that's at the home.
About the position of
we working
the woman
together.
is taking care of the man.
I mean, it's not. Some men do want that, and some men don't, and some men are just transitioned into.
No man wants that. At the end of the day,
a good man doesn't necessarily
wants that. A man rather have himself taking care of his wife, his girlfriend, his children on his own on his stable. Now, certain circumstances might have led that man to be in a situation where I can't get the top job, I have felonies, I have this, and that puts us in different predicaments.
Passport, too many kids, all that good
other
old
things
stuff.
That puts us in that place. No man wants to be sitting here, baby, you got this, you got this, you got this, I just take care of the kids. No, that's making him miserable on the inside.
I believe at first sometimes.
Trust me when I tell you that.
Hope, now, most men, I feel like they.
Now, if it's agreement and he had a woman that's been with him ride or die from the beginning, he has no problem assuming that role switch like that, right? But
I just said it.
Right, you did. You say that. But let me clarify you up where you're wrong at. A woman never wants to take care of men.
That's a lie.
It would listen. No.
There are some women that don't mind taking care of
It's rare. And a woman would not deal with a deadbeat for too long because y'all do not, that's not in y'all nature.
You missing the point. You missing the point, OG. You missing the point.
Separating the deadbeat from the dude that contributes
from
to
the
movement.
Sometimes y'all might be in love with the deadbeat, but it takes y'all a while to snap out and tolerate.
But you need to
the difference between tolerating and doing because you love the person. Understand what I'm saying?
You're right.
Women will tolerate. You're not doing it out of love because a woman is not. That's not her nature to take her man. It's gonna make her mad at the end of the day when she sees certain shit. Be like, nigga, you ain't doing this. You can't go get a job. You can't take out the trash. A man would not do that to a woman. Understand that. That's not in our nature. A woman cannot work and a man is not going to see her. You ain't wash the dishes. You ain't do this. You ain't do that. Unless he getting tired of that, seeing it constantly, right? It's the same thing, but it's even worse with women because women patience are even shorter when it comes to dealing. Exactly. So don't tell me some shit that I know for facts because I lived it. A woman would not sit here and take care of a man. Listen, a man would hear all the bullshit, all the ass in shit.
That may be some women. There are other women that don't mind holding their man down and taking care of them.
Listen, holding your man down is different. That means you've been with him for a while. You know what it is. That means he took care of your ass when he was up, and now the role done switch. Baby, you got to do this for me. Hold me down. That's different. It's different when you meet the dude, you see something in him, and then you start dating him, you start getting there, and then you say, oh, nah, you a little bit too moody like a female. You a little bit too much of this, you're doing too much of that, you're doing too much of this. You can't even, you're not even clean enough to respect yourself to even go out and get something. A woman, first of all, a woman is not even going to deal with a guy that has no lack of hustle to himself. You don't have no
It
motivation.
I
depends on
believe
how much she loves
communication is
him again, because some
everything.
women will, and they will try to motivate
Listen,
Yep,
him
I
oh,
until they
believe
listen.
believe.
love and
Man would
communication
take
is
listen,
gonna
listen.
be
I
a
want
big
y'all to listen to me
factor
good.
in
A
it.
man would take a woman whether he knows her or not and give her that leeway. A woman would not. That's my point.
It is plenty of
Listen,
women who
if
take men
you
shopping. It
listen,
is plenty of
if a
women who
woman
take
is just
men.
meeting a man,
And
you are already judging him off rip. No woman, listen.
Okay, but you got to realize not every woman is shallow. Some
it's the
women do meet men
same.
that don't have jobs off rip and be like, okay, I'm gonna work with you.
That's and I,
Yeah,
what
it
did I
is.
say?
Okay, but don't act like
I
it don't
said
happen
that's
though.
rare. I done
But it
said it.
happens.
And
That's
take
rare. It's
some
not
women
in
who will
y'all
take care of their
nature.
man for
It's
the
not
rest of their
in
life.
y'all nature.
No, it's not in our nature, but it happens, and some women will.
I never said it don't
You
happen.
can't. You can't put all women in that box.
It's rare as
Just
fuck.
like we
And
can't
9
put all
times out
men
of
in the
10,
box.
guys, we're not waiting on that shit
You want to
because that's
know? You
fairy
want to
tale.
know a
That's
big
not
Yeah,
gonna
factor of
wait
why
on
it's
it.
so
That's
much
not
more
gonna
popular
happen.
in
You
this day and
down,
That's
time?
not
that
gonna happen.
woman catch you while you
See,
down, and she willing
A
to rock
man
with
would
you.
take a
Cherish
woman.
that.
Listen, a man would take a woman, whether if he knows her for 3 days, and support that woman. A woman would not.
just think
A
about it.
woman would not.
It depends on the connection.
Listen, a woman
and
would not. Is
It
not in
depends
your
on that
nature
woman.
to.
It depends on that connection.
Yeah, it depends on
Let
the connection in
alone
that woman and that man.
That's understandable. That's what any and everybody else. But what I'm saying is, we talking about women and men and off rip natural meeting somebody. This is what it is. A woman is not finna do that. A man is designed to do that. A man does that to try to see who you are and who you're going to be. Can I trust you? We do that as a symbol of what we trying to see what is underneath that. A woman is not trying to understand what is underneath that. A woman is opportunistic at first.
Not all the time.
Now,
Not every
listen, stop doing that. Y'all coming from y'all perspective of you personally. No, I'm speaking on all women because all women,
But
9 times out
that's
of 10.
the point. You can't speak on all women. We are not all women,
No,
and all
I'm
women
not
don't
listening.
act like that.
Y'all not listening. Women do that 9 times out of 10, period, to a man. Before a man would do that first for a woman, would support a woman, even if he don't fucking know her. A woman would not. A woman would not. It's not in y'all nature. Y'all call a nigga deadbeats and all
Y'all
this shit
comment
before a nigga even
below.
before a nigga even give you his middle name.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
First of all, what do women do now? You look at the nigga clothes from head to toe. Men don't do that. Come on, man. Get out of here with that.
That's why I
Get
like
out of here
to
with
that's
that.
debate.
damn. Whatever. Now that's a whole nother.
Get outta here.
Switch this. Nope. That's
Get
a lie.
out.
Yes, men do. But let's keep
The
going.
likes of Martin Luther King's birthday, which is Monday, we have some trivia.
Boom, boom, boom.
And since we still, everybody's getting to know us, we're gonna do the trivia. And if you get the question wrong, then I'm gonna ask you a question about yourself, and you will just answer that question to give us some fun facts.
Okay.
All right.
Eyes are ready.
Let me get this coin flipper up here. Heads or tails?
Tails.
It's tails. So Testa goes first. All right.
Grab my ass
Let's
day.
see here
Let's
what
go.
we want to do first. So let's do. How old was Martin Luther King when he died? And you got 10 seconds to answer.
He was
10,
56.
9. That's wrong. OG.
Oh man, I want to say 33,
9.
32, 33.
That's wrong. It's close though. He was 39. So both of you got to answer
Really?
a question. All right, that was quick.
That was a good question. That was a good one.
All right. So my first question, because Testa got it wrong first. What is a lie that you tell often, Testa?
Damn, a lie?
What is a lie that you
Hard for
tell
me to
often?
lie. Let me think about this. Do I lie?
Everybody
Oh.
lies.
Got one. The biggest lie I tell is I don't have a good job.
You tell them that you don't have a good job. Why?
Let me tell you, because men be playing me. They be trying to play me. And, like, I don't understand lingo of the male's world. Like, they don't understand who my daddy is.
They
number
don't.
one. They don't. Number two, because I look young, I got to like, don't understand me when I say I have to lie about me working.
Oh my
Because
God.
otherwise, they think I'm just supposed to I got a man. I get all kinds of stuff. Keep going.
Okay, OG. What is something you often lie about?
I'm sure it's a hard one to think because I really don't try to tell no lies.
Usually little white lies, like maybe you be telling people you sleeping, you not, or.
No, I want to say probably at work. I do my most lying at work because it's people I don't fuck with when I tell them I fuck with. So that's probably the only thing I can think of. Because at the culture of the job, I like to keep everything kosher, and I know I don't fuck with them.
Keep it pushing. Okay.
Work is like jail.
Okay, it definitely is. So
when they tell stories, they ain't true.
I mean, you could go to work and be who the fuck you want to be if you want to, but I mean, that's what some people do. Next question. What was Martin Luther King's birth name? Was it Marion Michael? Was it Michael King? Or Malachi King? Testa. No, his birth name was not Martin Luther King. He changed his name to his dad's name.
Ooh, I want to say C, Michael. I think he said C. What it is?
C Michael? Was not. So is your answer? What is your answer?
My answer is C.
Is wrong.
For real.
OG.
Okay.
It is the second choice.
Michael King.
Yes.
Good job, Testa. You gonna be answering these questions now?
My bad.
Okay, so you just died, and God says you get one phone call. Who do you call?
Woo!
You just died, and God says you get one last call. Who do you call?
Who that for me?
Yes, because you answered the question wrong. No.
I'm calling my. Ooh, that's a hard one. I only get
one.
You get
one person.
Ooh, that's hard. Ooh, I got too many people who got my heart.
5.
I ain't calling nobody. I ain't calling nobody.
Damn. Okay.
Because it's gonna be too hard to choose one.
I feel you. So, OG, this next question is for you. How many books did Martin Luther King write? 15, 25, or 5?
5 books.
Good job. Good job. That is correct. Let's see.
I'm gonna let you win too many more.
What year was Martin Luther King born? Was he born in 1934, 1929, or 1919?
1934.
That is wrong, OG. Testa.
I wouldn't even think it in my head.
He was born, he died around 1965, so.
When was he born?
Let me see. He was born in 34?
No, he was born in 1929. Both of you got that wrong.
I said 34.
Didn't he die in 19?
Yeah, 29, right. That's right. It is.
All right. Okay, so OG, do you take revenge or do you let karma handle it?
I let karma handle it because God has a way of humbling other motherfuckers for you.
Yes.
I learned that the hard way because I used to be a guy that was on vengeance, but because of what I went through early on in my age and my years, I had to learn a lot of stuff I couldn't control and handle and do, and I had to let a lot of stuff go. And when I did that, God had his way of showing me, the Most High had his way of showing me that I'm gonna get your enemies for you. I'm gonna make all your enemies your footstool for you, and that's what he did for me. He did that for me. Even the neighborhood niggas we used to fight all the time and bullshit like that. It showed me, humbling in yourself and staying out the way is the best way to still achieve your blessing. Because anytime you go out your way to exact vengeance, at that point you're not doing the Most High's work. You're doing the devil's work. You're on demon time, as the young kids say.
Definitely.
And when you're on demon time, you cannot get any good blessing that's received to you, whether you think so or not. Don't trust me, guys. I've done it. You will not receive any good blessing that is for you. You will think but you would think so. But if you start paying attention, you will see stuff start decline for you, decline even more for you. So vengeance is never the way.
So he lets karma take the way.
I let karma take it.
What about you, Testa? Testa?
Oh, I let karma handle it now. The older version of me would let karma handle it. I've learned it feels more better to watch them go through hell than to do it yourself.
Definitely.
Because life will be gonna whoop that ass. in better ways than you ever can.
Well, that's good that you guys will let karma handle it. Those are good answers. So how about this? This next question is for, well, both of y'all got it wrong. This next question is going to be for Tester. True or false? Did Martin Luther King's mother get assassinated too?
True. True.
Good. She did get assassinated. She was actually playing the organ at a church when she got shot and killed. Somebody killed her.
A hell of a
Sad
way.
story, yes. All right, so Test on the board with 1 and OG got 2. We're gonna do 2 more questions. All right, what is Coretta King's middle name? Amber, Denise, or Scott?
Denise.
What?
It's on me, man. Scott,
No.
man.
Coretta Scott
I'm
King.
done.
Oh, my bad.
I'm done. Wow, Tester. Wow. Okay, so your question, since
Don't
you
listen
got
to
it
me,
wrong,
y'all.
is would you bring back Young Dolph, Takeoff, or Nipsey Hussle?
Woo! Hard.
You had to give
That's
me those.
hard.
Cause OG kicking your behind, so I don't know if he gonna have time to answer that.
She gave some shit that's gonna fuck me up. That'll fuck me up right there, cause them all my boys.
Which one would you bring back?
I would have to say Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
Only because he's made the biggest impact on the community.
Okay.
Young Duff will be second, but Nipsey Hussle has made that biggest impact.
Okay, I feel you on that. You want to bring back the person that's gonna do some work. All right, so this is gonna be our
Yep.
last question, and it's OG turn. After 5 days and 54 miles, Martin Luther King led the people from Selma, Alabama to where? Mobile, Huntsville, or Montgomery?
Montgomery.
OG got it right. Dang, Tester.
This was a bad game for me, y'all. You know, he
Oh,
put questions out there. They,
Congratulations.
You know.
Oh, this is a bad game for Tucker, but when your boy be in
But
the hot seat having a
congratulations,
bad game for your boy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You just roll through.
you want to get all
I
personal with
mean,
Martin Luther King
who
and stuff.
would you have brought back, OG?
Truth is, when you guys say Young Dolph and Nipsey Hussle, their work is on the same amount of even field. I would have brought back Young Dolph first because he had more of a, how can I say this? There is equal to same to me, but the reason why I would have brought back Dolph first because he knew how to go to the next level without, and that's what got Nipsey Hussle in trouble. To me, because anytime you start having other people as branching out doing, and you see what he was doing, you see how he was getting the city to come together, you see how he was getting the gangs to come together, and that would have been my first choice, but just because like we don't see the cultural impact that Young Dolph has really had. People don't really pay attention to the cultural impact. I mean, both of these guys were the type of guys, fuck the fame. If it's a kid crying to see them, they will make time out their schedule to go see this kid.
Right, which is why I said Young Dolph will be second, because I've seen what they both do for the community.
And another thing too, I don't want to say this allegedly, but coming out for some of the reports, that's how, now from what I'm hearing after these few years, that's how Young Dolph was killed, because he was lured. He was lured there by a young child.
Oh wow, that's not cool.
That's not cool at all. But because everybody knows that this guy has so much love for the kids, and he's so much down to earth. We talking about a guy that will sit in his own hometown and eat fried chicken in the window, no security,
Well,
like it's a normal day.
I just wanted to hear your answer on that.
Right.
Because that one I really was.
Both of them is too hard. Please, Nipsey fans, don't get on me because that's still my boy. But I feel like their work has been equal effort.
And that's good. It's okay that you see it that way. Different perceptions. Me and Testa have been talking about a lot of different perceptions lately. So that's good. Everyone has different perceptions. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. We really appreciate those that do listen to us and take the time out their day to, take a chance on our podcast every time we post. So we do appreciate you guys. And we're gonna go ahead and head out for the evening. Anybody got anything to say?
No, no,
I
no,
wanna
guys.
be rich.
No, not at all, man. I just wish you
Hey.
guys. I wish you guys much love. I wish you well. Mental health. Please, please check in on that if you're having any
Check
struggles.
in.
Even if you guys just want to just talk about some of the things you guys are going through, please comment. Because we get back and we see the comments and we do return the feedback. So we're all one big conglomerate family over here. So we do want you guys to chime in and we do want to know how you guys feel about certain things, certain issues. Um, and I do apologize because I know you guys been, man, this is a short week for you guys. We've been getting into it. I've been hearing people at work, man. We've been getting into you guys podcast and now there's gonna be starting being shorter episodes, you know what I'm saying, so we can start being more focused on what we're attacking. So guys, just be patient with us and like I said, love, peace, and please protect your spirit
Yes,
above
look
all
out for
else.
our other videos that we are posting and bringing about. And we are going to go
Be
ahead
safe.
and cut it out for
We got
tonight. Stay max to the black guys. Thanks for listening.